Welcome to the September Move Your Way session. I actually cannot believe it's the end of September, very nearly October. This year has disappeared because of COVID, thanks. So I'm Sarah and this is Rosie. I hope I'm on the right side. And we are both, we actually went to the same course, CAN Rehab Specialist Level 4 Cancer and Exercise Rehabilitation Specialist. I am in Reigate. I'm the Reigate ambassador in Surrey, along with Mike, who I believe is online. And I actually had cancer myself in 2018, and that's led me to this career. I work virtually and also outside in the countryside in and around Reigate and Banstead. That's a little bit about me, Rosie.
And hi, I'm Rosie. So I've done a couple of these sessions earlier on, a few months ago now with Gemma. So it's nice to be back. So I am the Brighton and Hove ambassador along with Jeremy. And I also, when I'm not 5K you're weighing, I work for Albion and the Community, which is the charity of Brighton and Hove Football Club, on a programme called Brighter Outlook, which supports anybody with a cancer diagnosis to get more physically active. So if you are looking for a bit more support and you live down in this area, please do get in touch. Or if you want to join any of the 5K your way sessions when we're back up and running, again, get in touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got a few updates from 5K Your Way HQ. So there's lots going on. First of all, next week is our Spirit of London Marathon Move charity virtual event. Anyone can get involved. You can take part as an individual, a pair or a relay team. And you've got the whole week leading up to the London Marathon on Sunday, the 4th of October, to complete the marathon distance, which I believe is 26.2 miles. Is that right? Yep. Check out the 5K Your Way website for more details and how to secure your place. And it would really help support us during this, us as in 5K Your Way, during this challenging time. So it'd be really, really appreciated. Thank you. Next, we had a Q&A this week. You might have seen it with Siri Linley, a world champion triathlete who has just finished cancer treatment this year. It's worth a watch and you'll find it on the website resources page, lockdown resources page. Then hopefully you've seen our Pinball Park Run Challenge. Well done to everyone who's been adding miles to it. You can find out again more information on the website. And they have just visited, and that's Lucy and Gemma, have just visited the Malin group, I believe. And have you got a not 5K your way yet? That is a mouthful. So that just means walking, jogging, running 5K, wherever and whenever you like, and just letting everybody know about it. Wear your kit, send some pictures. And then finally, look out for the newsletter that's going out for on Wednesday with all of the details. And as always, you can email info@5kyourway.org for any more information. We also wanted to say a big happy birthday to 2 groups this month. Super exciting to wish Cambridge group a happy 2nd birthday. This is our 2nd group to reach number 2. Woohoo! And a happy first birthday to the Basingstoke group. So brilliant. And thank you so much for helping 5K Your Way reach those milestones. I think within the newsletter as well, Georgie mentioned that there's going to be an update on Park Run, which was due to start at the end of October. But unfortunately, I think due to the new government guidelines, there might be some alterations to that. So watch out for more news.
Cool. That's a lot of news.
I know.
So much going on all the time. It's amazing. So before we get started, we've just got a few safety points to mention. This session today is not designed specifically for anybody's health status, health condition, cancer diagnosis, or anybody's specific goals. So please do take part at your own risk. It's your responsibility. So just listen to your body. If you've been told not to do anything, just kind of you can step out or miss some of the exercises and then join back in when you feel comfortable. It is a low-level movement session though, so hopefully you are able to join in with most, if not all of it. And there will be seated alternatives to all of the exercises. So choose which option is best for you, and have a bit of fun. That's the best thing that we want to get out of today, is just enjoy the session. Make sure you have enough clear space around you. You have a water bottle or water, sorry, to hand, and also, as we said at the beginning, you might have missed it, that we will be using some tins or water bottles or lightweights if you want to use those. You don't have to use them though if you don't want to. So if you want to put some music on, now's the time to press play, and as I said, make sure you've got some space, and we'll just have fun. So I'm just going to make sure that you can see.
Yeah, you see. Okay, so I'm going to start standing. Rosie's going to start sitting, and we're going to start with a warm up. So Rosie, have you got your chair? Yep. Well. So, sorry, glasses on so you can see. Right, we are going to get started with a big deep breath and rolling the shoulders back and down. So if you're seated, you're doing exactly the same. Just follow Rosie. Inhale up, exhale down. You can obviously be doing these outside if you're feeling brave this morning and feeling a bit park run-like. And take the shoulders the other way, so we're rolling inwards this time. Really take the arms with you. Two more. 1 and 2. Good. Then take one arm across the body. Just hold it in place with the other hand, just above the elbow. You should feel that stretch across the upper back into the front of the arm. Hold that. And switch across to the other side, arm across the body. Hold it in place with the other arm. Good work. Well done. And release. This time we're going to do a little bit of movement with the neck. So just taking it to the side, lowering the head down, taking it back up and to the center. Turn to the other side, lower the head down, feel the stretch down the back of the neck. Come back up and to the center. One more time, take it across. Lower down, hold that stretch. Raise up to the center and the other side. Lower the head down. Hold that stretch. Raise up and to the center. Very good. Okay, so I have a little bit of balance, but I'm going to hold on to the wall here and just take my heel to my bottom.
And if you're seated, just going to shuffle forward on your chair. Make sure you're still holding on for balance, and just drop your knee down to the floor. If you like, you can put your knee all the way down to the floor and just push your hip forward to get that stretch in your quad, or you can still just hover.
You're taking that foot under the chair if you're sitting down.
Yeah, well, you can't quite see my, let me just pop that down a little bit further so you can see what I'm doing.
And switch legs.
Going under the chair to get that stretch there.
Well done. This is nice if you've been sat down a lot or at a desk. Okay, so I'm going to stretch the back of the bottom part of my leg. So I'm going to push forward into the front knee and keep the heel at the bottom right on the ground, feeling that stretch down the back of the leg. So Rosie's using her chair to balance, pushing into that back heel, feeling the stretch down the calf muscle at the back.
Sorry, my head's disappeared out of shot, look.
It's good because you've got the lower half and I've got the upper half.
We've got it covered between us.
Yeah. And change sides, so rotate around the other way, push into that opposite heel. Feel the stretch down the calf muscle. It's a good one for runners,
Yeah,
walkers, park runners. Good. And now we're going to work on the hamstring, which is the top of the back of the leg. So I'm going to lift my toes up. I'll bring my screen down a little bit. Lift my toes up and lean over that straight front leg.
and this one can be done on the chair, so just putting one leg out in front, lifting the toes up still, and then leaning forward, making sure that you're not pushing on that knee, you're pushing on the knee that's bent.
On the bent knee, yeah. Okay, and switch sides.
Deep breath.
Yeah, always forget to breathe.
Yes, don't forget to breathe.
Don't forget to breathe. Okay, and relax. And we're just going to finish with some wrist circles and some ankle circles. So you can do this with toes on the ground, just circling the ankle, or if you're feeling brave, going onto one leg. But if balance is an issue, keep the toes on the floor. Very good. And switch sides. Other ankle, keep the hands going, change direction. That will confuse you.
This one takes a bit of coordination, doesn't it?
I know, it's like rubbing your tummy.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, which way is my ankle moving?
I'm just glad that I wore matching socks this time.
I quite liked that.
Okay, so I think we're warm now. So over to you, Rosie.
Yeah, so we're going to switch over now. So Sarah's on the chair. So again, choose which option is best for you. We're going to do some work now just to get our heart rates up. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put my timer on. We're going to do the exercise for 30 seconds, and then we're going to have 15 seconds rest. If you need to finish a little bit early and have a little bit longer rest, or start a bit later, that's absolutely fine. But remember, you've got that rest. So join in, and let me just put my timer on 1 second.
I think what we're going to start with is some marching on the spot.
So we're starting off today with some marching on the spot. So nice gentle march, warming us up a little bit more. So we're just standing up nice and tall, engage those tummy muscles, engage the core, and just swinging your arms as if we're going for a nice stroll around the park. Good.
I'm sitting up nice and straight, right into the back of my chair, raising my legs up.
Wonderful, and rest there. So I'm just going to show you the next exercise, which is high knees. So it's similar to the march, but we're just lifting our knees up a little bit higher and tapping with the alternate hand. Okay, so join in with us when you're ready. 30 seconds.
So I can use my hand to touch my knee, opposite knee, or if I'm feeling brave, even to the elbow. Really starting to engage the abdominal muscles.
And also, if you are standing and you're feeling supple, again, you can also use your elbow. Bring your knee to your elbow. Keep breathing. Your heart rate should be gradually increasing now, so keep breathing. Next one, we're going to do some front heel digs. So digging your heel forward, alternate sides. So bending your supporting leg. And join in with us when you're ready.
Lost the coordination there. So I'm seated, I'm taking one leg forward and just tapping my heel in front, adding a little bit of a bicep curl in to get the arms moving.
And also, if you're standing, you can join in the arms, keeping your elbows tucked into your sides. Good. So alternate sides and rest. So next one, we're going to do some side taps. So similar to what we just did, but tapping out to the sides this time. So bending that supporting leg, standing up nice and tall still, and just stepping out. So join in with us when you're ready. And then also, if you're up for it, you can join the arms in as well. You can hear my breathing rate increasing. So arms are just going out to shoulder height or lower.
I'm tapping out to the side from my chair. If you have any hip issues, just keep going out to the front. Don't open those hips too far.
And rest there. Well done, everybody. You're doing really great. Next, we're going to do similar again, but tapping backwards. So I'm just turning to the side so you can see me. And we're just tapping behind, swinging the arms. So join in when you're ready. 30 seconds here.
So I'm going to hold on to the back of my chair and just tap behind. If you're unable to stand, just continue doing the previous exercise, just pointing the toes forward. But if you're able, come up to standing and just point behind, using the chair to support your balance.
Wonderful, nearly there. Keep going. You can speed this up, or you can tap a little bit further back and rest there. The next one, we're going to take our minds into an aerobics class now. This one always reminds me of like an aerobics class video. We're going to just do some hamstring curls. So stepping from one side to the other and then kicking your bottom with your heel. So this is a really good one to warm up and strengthen your hamstrings. And then arms can just kind of go forwards and backwards.
Again, I'm using the back of the chair to support. Kicking my heel up as far as I can, just taking it nice and slowly. If you're still in your chair, you can take it back to the high knees, so bringing the knee into the chest.
And rest there. Brilliant. We're on to we've got 2 left. So the next one is boxing. So you can stand feet hip width apart or just one in front of the other. And we're just punching forwards or wherever really. If you're at home, just give it your all. No one's watching. Just enjoy this one. I really love just letting it all out.
Yeah, boxing.
Good. Engage those core muscles. Wonderful. Keep breathing. Nearly there. And rest. Last one. We're going to do some kind of slight squats. So feet hip width apart, and then we're just, bottom goes back as far as possible, and we're just bending the legs, keeping the chest up nice and tall. So join in with us when you're ready. And Sarah is?
In my chair, I'm just going to come slightly out of the chair, transferring the weight forward first, using the hands if needed, just leaning forward and pushing into the heels to begin standing up, and then slowly lowering myself back down again. So I'm not coming all the way up to standing yet. I'm just getting those quad muscles working with a slight raise off the chair.
Amazing. And take a rest. Grab a drink. We're going to do those 8 exercises round again. So hopefully now we know what we're doing. We're nice and warm. Might be able to kind of add in a little bit more energy and effort to those exercises. So make sure you're staying hydrated. And we're going to start off again with the marching. So
hello Lucy, hello Mark.
So join in with us when you're ready. So let's swing our arms, get those feet moving, those legs moving, standing up nice and tall. We're doing 30 seconds here and then we get the rest. If you want to turn this into a light jog on the spot, go for it.
Marching high. Really does let you out.
Rest. What have we got next? High knees. So back to this one with bringing your knees up a little bit higher, tapping with your hand or with your elbow. So off we go, 30 seconds here. You can take this one much slower or you can speed it up a little bit. So again, choose which speed and which option works for you. Fantastic. Keep breathing. Engage those core muscles. Really good. Fantastic. Rest there. Grab a drink whenever you need. We've got the front taps again here. So heel digs forward. And then if you want to use the arms are bicep curling at the same time. You can get that coordination. Lovely. It's really similar if you're on the chair. Good. It's amazing what sitting on when you're doing it on the chair, you still get your heart rate up.
I know.
Wonderful. Nearly there. 5 more seconds. Keep breathing. And relax. We're on to the side taps now. So tapping out to the side, keeping a bend in that supporting leg, and then arms are going out to the side just to shoulder height or lower. So join in with us. Wonderful. So keep that bend in the supporting leg. And as Sarah's doing, if you're seated, it's the similar movement, or you can keep pointing your toe forward or diagonal if you prefer not to go all the way.
I'm getting tired.
I know, it is. Realise that you're just doing lots and lots of side raises.
Yeah.
Onto the back tap. So stepping, I'm just turning so that you can see me. If you're on the chair, standing with the chair for balance, and we're just tapping backwards. So join in with us when you're ready. 30 seconds has started. Wonderful. Keep breathing. We're nearly there. Working our heart rate. Fitness.
Really, doing really well, Rosie. Talking and breathing.
No. It's because I have to talk at the same time as well.
Nearly there.
And rest. We're back to our hamstring curls next. So remember to use these 15 seconds rest to get your breath back. And we're on to our hamstring curls. So join in with us.
Remember, if you don't want to get out of your chair, we can go back to the high knee option.
Wonderful. Keep a nice bend in your legs, so as you're landing, nice bend to keep it nice and soft. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. And we're on to our favourite, boxing. So standing with your feet hip width apart or one in front of the other. And we're just punching it out, one arm and then the other. So extending your arms forward and then bringing them back in.
Just seen Annette, one of our ambassadors, has joined. Hello, Annette.
Hi, Annette. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Wonderful. Keep going. We've got 10 seconds left. Keep breathing. And rest. Last exercise before we move on to the strength exercises. We've got the mini squat. So feet hip width apart and squatting down just the top half of the squat. So
I'm just coming out of the chair just so I get my bottom off the chair slightly and then sitting back down again. So I'm transferring my weight forward before I get up and using my hands if I need. If you don't, you can have your hands out in front. You're just coming off the chair ever so slightly.
Lovely. Hope everyone's feeling good. Feeling energized. And there's the timer. Take a breather, take a drink.
Well done, everyone. That was tough,
Well
Rosie.
done. And we're moving over now to the strength section. So if you want to use a chair and grab your tins or your water bottles.
Yeah, got some nice pink weights.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm just going to give everyone a minute or so just to recover. And we're going to go through a series of different exercises. We're going to try and do them twice. We'll see how we get on after one round. And we're going for somewhere between 8 and 12 repetitions. I have to apologize in advance for my counting. My clients know that it's not the best. And what we're going to try and do is do one lower body exercise and then do one upper body exercise. Okay, so you can get rid of the weights at any point. You don't need to use them if you don't want to. They just make the exercise a little bit harder if you want it to. So our first exercise is kind of progressing from Rosie's squat, so the sitting back on your heels. And for Rosie in a chair, she's going to be getting all the way out of the chair this time. So I'm going to have my weights to my chest if you want them. If not, just have your hands out in front. I'm going to sit back on my heels, sitting low with the hips, and then squeezing the glutes to come back up again. So Rosie's doing the same in her chair. She's coming forward to the edge of the chair, leaning forward, transferring the weight over the knees, and then exhaling and standing up, trying to use the bottom as much as possible as she comes up. Same with the squat.
When you lower as well, just try not to drop yourself onto the chair. Try and lower yourself slowly down, and then until you just touch the chair, and then you can relax. Okay, so try and keep the feet facing forward. The knees are going over the toes, but not further over than the feet, if that makes sense. So they're just almost directly over the toes. Sit the hips back, squeeze the glutes to stand up. Down and exhale up. I reckon we're on about 6 now. 7. 8. I'm going to exhale as I stand up. That's the hardest part of the exercise. 9. Out of sync. I'm going down now. 10. 2 more. 1. Just take these at your own speed. And 2 down. Exhale as you come up. Well done. Okay. So our second exercise is an upper body one. We're going to work in the shoulders and the upper back. You want to take your bean tins in the middle here, and we're driving the elbows out and the arms up. So elbows higher than hands. Come to about chest level, just below kind of rib cage level. I'm going to drive up and down. Drive up and down. And when you're seated, your legs will be in the way a little bit, but that's fine. Just make sure you're still driving your elbows out to the side. Squeezing your upper back. Yeah, shoulder blades together. Trying not to hunch. I've lost count as well. I think that's 8. 9. This is the issue of talking at the same time as counting. 10. 2 more. 1. And last one. 2. Really good. You notice I've got some nice soft knees just to make sure I'm not arching the back. Okay, so we are going to put our weights down for the next one. And we're going to work a little bit more of the glute. Great for running, great for walking. So we're both standing up for this one. It's a bit of a progression from what we did in the cardio. I've got one leg behind with a bent knee, and I'm just going to raise the foot up and down. Just a really slight movement, not too high because we don't want the lower back to take over, but I'm trying to get the bottom to work as I'm raising that leg behind me. So if it feels too much to raise it, just point it out
a bit further behind you. But if you can, just raise it up and down ever so slightly. You'll feel the standing leg working as well to keep you stable. 3 more, 2 more, and last one. Good. Shake out the legs, switch over to the other side, take the other toe out behind you, bend in that standing leg, and just lean forward ever so slightly, and then just raise up and down. 3, 4.
So as you said, Sarah, you really can feel that other leg working, can't you? So it's kind of
Yeah.
a double whammy on this one.
Yeah.
You've got both hips.
Yeah, anything balance related is going to make it working. So if you're on one leg, the tummy muscles and the back and the glutes. Last one. Good work. Okay. So back with our weight for body exercise. Do grab water as and when you need. Just start with my weights to my shoulders and extend. So we're pressing the shoulders. I'm just going to come to my a little bit more flex, and we're going to push up and then lower back down again. Exhale up and lower, so you've got a nice 90-degree angle, and exhale up and lower. 5.
And you can do this one if you wish, one arm at a time,
yeah,
or without weights or tins.
8, 9. Good. Keep that tummy engaged. Hips tucked under, don't arch. 11, and last one. 12. Really good. Well done. Okay. So next one, I'm going to get rid of the weights and I'm going to work my lower body again. Okay, so again, progressing from what we did in the cardio, making it more of a strength move. You can use something to hold on to if you want. I'm going to point my toe in kind of half a clock face, if that makes sense. So I'm going at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. Then drawing the leg in forward again, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. If you're on a chair, you'll probably make it to about 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or you can hold on to the back of the chair if you're able to stand. So we're working around the hip here, particularly after some cancer treatments. Really, really nice exercise to strengthen the hips.
If you are on the chair, then your leg will need to be bent because it's quite awkward to straighten your leg out. So it's still working into the hip exactly the same way.
And I think if you have any problems opening your hips that way, then you can just go for a point and a flex of the toe out in front so that you're not moving from the hip. Okay, I'm going to go for one more. These are pretty hard. Tap, 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 tap. That standing leg again, working hard to keep me stable. Well done. Okay, switching sides. So bend in that standing leg, holding onto something if you need to, pointing out to 12 o'clock, and then going backwards, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Bring it forward and start again. You can go all the way backwards as well. So from the back to the front, if you're feeling really brave or have particularly strong hips. Good. So I'm just raising and lowering.
And remember, if you are seated and if you do have any issues with your hips, you can just keep it you don't have to go all the way out, just slightly out, or just keep it to a point and a flex at the front. Well, you can feel the burn, can't you?
I know. I'm going to go around one more time. I think 12 reps is ambitious for this one. And there we go. Good work. So some nice work around the hips and the core here. So next we are going for, where am I? Here we go. Bicep curl. So arms. So with your weights again, I've got a nice little bend in my knee, and I'm going to curl all the way up from the elbow, all the way up. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you're feeling very ambitious, you can do this on one leg. It means your balance is challenged and your core is working harder, but just make sure that your balance is good enough to go that far. Otherwise, stay on your two legs, curl up and down.
And if you're on the chair, it's exactly the same movement. So it's just the arms moving, elbows squeezed into the sides, and then squeezing your biceps, and then lowering back down.
Last one. Yeah, we don't want any body moving. We just want the arms moving. Bro, well done. Okay, so last two exercises. We're going back to the lower body, and we're going to work the backs of the legs here, the calf muscles. So have a chair or something to hold on to close by if you're standing, just for balance. And all we're going to do, I'm going to bring my camera down so you can actually see my feet, is come up onto your toes and then lower back down again. So come up and lower. Same on a chair. You're raising up onto your toes in front and lowering back down. If you've got good balance, you can have your hands on your hips. This is a great one for runners. Building up some nice strength in the backs of the legs.
Lovely. Driving through the toes. If you are seated, just make sure that your feet, kind of your ankles and your feet are underneath your knees, so they're not too far forward or too far back, so they're nice and lined up with your knees. And then you can use your hands on your knees if you wish to just put a little bit of pressure down as you're raising your heels up, just to increase that resistance if you want.
Okay, I reckon we've done 12. Those calf muscles are working hard. Okay, back to upper body, grab your weights again. This time we're going to do a little bit of work on the upper back. So I'm going to bend over ever so slightly, but keep my back nice and flat. Have my arms out in front, and I'm going to row backwards. So my elbows are coming out to the side. I'm drawing my shoulder blades together, and my core is engaged because I'm leaning forward, keeping my back nice and straight.
And on the chair, just leaning forward slightly, so we're sitting a little bit further forward on the chair so that our feet are firmly on the ground, and you just bend over from the hips, so we're not kind of arching our back, still keeping up nice and tall and engaging your core to bend from the hips.
Good, so shoulders are drawing back and then elbows come back, not up, drawing them back, you know, as if your mum's telling you to sit up straight properly. Mine did that a lot. Good, big exhale on the pull back. 2 more. 1 and 2. Very good. Okay, that is our last exercise. I feel like we could go through them again, maybe with 10 reps. What do you reckon, Rosie? Yeah?
Hopefully everyone's still with us.
Grab a quick drink. We're going to go for round 2. So if you're feeling fit enough to carry on, please do. If you're feeling exhausted, then perhaps maybe just watch us. But make sure you're resting if you're starting to get tired. Okay, so I'm on the chair. I don't know why. Rosie's sitting to standing. I'm going to squat. So you can do this with or without your weights. I'm going to sit back on my heels. Knees go no further than the toes. Squeeze my glutes up. Okay, so we're going for 10 repetitions. Off you go. Down, exhale, stand up. 2, exhale, stand up.
And so when you're on the chair, just make sure that your feet are hip width apart and that you lean forward so that your weight is over your feet, and drive up squeezing your glutes, drive up through the heels to standing. And remember that slow lower down so you're not plonking on the chair.
I'm going to do 2 more. And last one. Really good. Okay. So picking up the weights, going straight into our upper body exercise. So I've got my hands together in front here and I'm drawing my elbows out, coming up to my rib cage. So rowing. Imagine you're pulling a rope from your feet up to chest level, keeping the shoulders down, drawing the shoulder blades together, elbows out. 5.
Yeah, it's quite easy on this one to kind of hunch your shoulders up, so make sure you've got that space in between your shoulders and your ears. So even though you're using your shoulders and your upper back, make sure that they're still relaxed down away from your ears.
Last one. Really good. Well done. Okay, weights down. We're going to hold on to our chair again and take one leg back, bend in that standing leg, point the toe out behind you, lean forward ever so slightly and raise that leg up. So easier version, remember, you're just pointing further out, but really just trying to use the bottom to raise that back leg and digging into the heel of the front leg so that that's building some strength as well. 3 more. 2 more, and last one. Switch over to your other leg, bend that standing leg, lean forward, engage the tummy, and raise up, down, up.
So I'm just tapping back a little bit further, still engaging those glute muscles, engaging the core so that it's not in your lower back.
Last one. Well done. Brilliant. Back to upper body, back to the weights. I'm going to go on my knees because my ceiling's too low. And take your arms out to the side. Just make sure you're not arching the back. Your hips are just tilted slightly forward so your tummy muscles are engaged if you're standing. And we're going to extend the arms above the head with a big exhale. Coordinated or what?
Yeah.
3.
They disappear at the same time. Out the screen.
5. Who would have thought that 9 months down the line we'd be doing a Zoom session together post our cancer call in Hayward Tea?
Great.
7. 3 more. 3. 2. And last one. Push up.
Oh,
Well done.
Last one, then.
It's the last one, how dare you. Okay, so we're going back to our clock face. I'm going to take the chair beside me. Make sure that my standing leg has got a nice soft knee. And then I'm pointing out to 12 o'clock. I'm going to tap round to 1. Sorry, I'm going the wrong way. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Take it back round. So if you're on the chair, just go round with a bent leg as far as you can. Trying to strengthen that muscle around the glute. It's harder on the chair.
Yeah, probably get round to about 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30.
Yeah, maybe 2:30.
If you're really supple, but I can't get around there.
Okay, I'm going to go for one more. And to the back. Well done. Switch sides. So bend in the standing leg. Take that other leg out to 12 o'clock. And we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going brave and going backwards and forwards this time. Great hip exercise. Full movement around that hip joint.
You can tell you start to work into like the smaller muscles of the hip and the glute because you suddenly feel the kind of burning sensation, which is good. It means that your muscles are working.
Right, I'm going to come forward one more time.
If this is painful, just stay to kind of smaller taps at the front, or remember just do the heel to toe.
Well done. We're back to upper body. We've got 3 exercises to go, and then we're going to cool down. So this time we're working the biceps with the weights again, palms facing me, elbows right in, and we're just going to roll up, down, roll up. Again, tuck those hips under slightly, make sure the back doesn't arch, soft knees, and if you're feeling brave, engage the core, challenge the balance onto one leg. Only if you're feeling able though.
Good. Exhaling as you bring those weights up.
Yeah. Love a good breathe.
And smile.
That is one thing I must remember to do. 3 more. 2. And last one. Well done. You can have weights or no weights for this next one, but we're going for the lower body. So we're going back up onto the toes and back down. So if you need to hold on to something, please don't wobble everywhere. Feet are hip distance apart to give you some stability. Raise up onto the toes. I've added weight because it makes it a little bit harder, but you can take the weight away.
And again, remember, if you're on the chair, make sure that those feet are underneath the knees, so that they're not going too far forward or too far back.
3 more. 2. And 1. Brilliant. And our last one, upper body with our weights this time. So remember, soft knees, hinging from the middle to about this angle. Take those hands out behind, draw the shoulders back, and then draw the elbows back. Good, so I'm coming out, squeezing the shoulder blades together, making sure I'm not dropping, haven't got a rounded back. I've got a nice flat back with my shoulders back.
And make sure that your neck is nice and long as well, so you're not kind of tucking your chin to your chest or looking too far up. It's nice and long, in line with your spine.
Good advice.
This is a really good one for posture, isn't it? Because you're working those back muscles, squeezing the shoulder blades.
Yeah, especially if you've had any abdominal surgery or you've been protecting the chest or anything like that from treatment. Last one. Really good. Well done. Okay, and that is our strength session.
Amazing, thank you, Sarah. Feeling stronger already.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
So let's do a nice gentle cool down. So we're going to do the same exercises as we did in the warm up. So just some nice mobility movements just to end with today. So we're going to start off with some nice big shoulder rolls, squeezing your shoulders up, dropping them down behind you, opening up the chest as you drop the shoulders down. Nice deep breath and exhale. Wonderful. Let's just go the other way as well. So rotating round forward. There's always one way that feels a little bit more awkward than the other.
Yeah, I always find going this way is a bit more awkward.
Wonderful. 2 more here. And relax. We can now do the arm stretch. So arm goes across the body, stretching the back of the shoulder, using the other arm just to pull your arm in to increase the stretch. Relaxing those shoulders down so we're not kind of hunching our shoulder up to our ears. Deep breath and exhale. Wonderful. Release the arm down, switch sides. And again, deep breath and exhale. Feeling that stretch at the back of the shoulder. Wonderful. And release. Let's just loosen up our neck. So we're going to look to the right, chin to chest, so drop the head down, feel the stretch in the side of the neck, and then look back to the side and back to the front. To the left, drop your chin down, feel the stretch, and lift your chin, and back to the front. Let's do one more on each side. To the right, drop your chin down, back to the side, and back to the front. Last one. To the left, drop your chin down, feel that stretch up the side of the neck. Look back up and back to the front. Lovely, well done everybody. Stretching out the hamstrings now, so if you're seated still, putting one foot out, pulling the toes up towards you so you can increase that stretch. And if you're standing,
yeah, that's me. Lift your toes up, just lean over that straight leg, and hands on the bent leg, feeling the stretch down the back here. Just so enjoying your voice, Rosie.
Just relax and try not to sleep. It's it's a good sign of a good cool down. That you're switching off and making sure that you're not pushing on that straight leg. Let's swap sides. Gosh, an hour, well, 55 minutes gone so fast.
I know, we got a bit carried away, I think.
Lovely. And bring your leg back in and onto the quad stretch like we did in the warm-up as well. So if you're seated, just dropping your knee down, foot goes underneath your chair if you can, and then if you want to bring your knee down to the floor, just to increase that the quad stretch there, so pushing your hips forward.
And I'm pulling my heel up to my bottom, bringing my knees together and pushing my hips forward. If you're unable to grab your back leg, you can use your chair just to support. It should still give you a stretch down the front of your leg, knees together and hips forward.
Lovely, let's switch sides. So left leg underneath the chair, holding onto the chair for stability, pushing that hip forward. Feel the stretch in your quad. And bring the leg back to the centre. And the final one, let's stretch out our calves. So I'm just going to come back to standing, holding onto the chair for support. One leg goes behind you, heel down onto the floor, so you feel the stretch in your calf. Leaning forward. Oh, I love this one.
Yeah.
Lovely. And switch sides. Last one. Wonderful. Deep breath. And give yourselves a round of applause. Well done, everybody. You did amazing. So 2 rounds of cardio, 2 rounds of strength. Fantastic.
Yeah,
amazing.
brilliant.
Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got the music on still, carry on with the boogie.
Yeah.
And
you set yourself up for the weekend now.
Yes, such a good start to the day. Thank you so much for joining. Or if you're watching this back, thank you for watching it back. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next month.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.